and welcome to my beautiful mind. I want to thank you guys for tuning in with me today. Why? Because you are awesome. And we're going to talk about something so powerful today that everyone really needs to be aware of. Why? Because sometimes there's people around us who suck our energy dry. And the funny part about it is that they really don't mean to. But energetic vampires are people who feed off of your energy, people who feed off of you being miserable or you being upset or you being frustrated, or people who just really need to be around you all the time in order for themselves to feel uppity, in order for themselves to feel happy, or in order for themselves to feel complete. So I am going to talk about 10 steps today that will protect your vibe from energetic vampires, how you can protect your vibe from energetic vampires, all right? So let's start with number one, avoid gossip and drama. Let me tell you, this is the easiest way to have your energy all sucked up. So your friends got issues with their boyfriends or the girlfriends and just all of this drama. Or maybe they got issues with their family members or whatever the case may be. They start talking bad about this person, and you know what ends up happening? You end up becoming drained. You become drained because maybe you were in a happy, high, and productive vibration, but all of a sudden, boom, your mate calls you with some drama that might have happened at work, or one of your friends calls you with some drama that might have took place in her life or his life or whatever. And so what happens? You end up getting sucked into their vibration. So I'm not saying there's not going to be times when you need to be a friend and your friend needs somebody to talk to, or you need to be the wife or the husband or the mate and that they need somebody to talk to. It's okay to be a listening ear, but you can only allow these conversations to last but for so long, okay? Because they will drain you. You will become a victim of vampirism. All right, number two, let go of things that you can't control. If you have no control over them, what is the purpose of trying to control them anyway? Usually, when you consistently keep trying to control things that you have no control of, you end up losing control. Why? Because sometimes there's certain things that happen in our lives that we have to learn from. These are certain things and certain experiences that we may have to grow through in order for us to step into our own evolution, in order for us to learn self-love, in order for us to learn to honor and respect ourselves in a major and powerful way. So by remaining, focused on things that you can't control, the outcome is already there. Whatever's going to happen is what's going to happen anyway, And so things that you can't control, like, let's say, for example, there's a bill that's due. You really need the money to pay the bill. So all day long, you're drilling yourself up. I can't pay this bill. I can't pay this bill. I can't pay this bill. Instead of actually looking for solutions and ways that you can go about to generate some revenue in order for you to be able to take care of it. It's all perception. It's all based on how you think. So you can look at this challenge and feel victimized. Woe is me. Or you can look at this like, okay, what can I possibly do to better this situation? You understand what I'm saying? So, do what you gotta do. You know what I mean? Just let go of things that you can't control. The truth will reveal itself. An outcome will always, show up, and it might not be exactly when you want it to show up, but an answer to a solution to that issue that was out of your hands, it will eventually show its face, and you'll be able to move on. Number three, avoid comparing yourself to others. Please. You have to protect your vibration. if you're comparing yourself to another coach or another speaker or another friend whose life is going in a better way, and you're comparing yourself and you're saying like, oh, my life should be this way, and why come my life isn't like that? How about that person had to go through their experiences? You don't know what that person went through in order to get to where they are. I'm sure they didn't just wake up and life was a bowl of cherries. I know mine didn't. I didn't wake up and everything was a bowl of cherries. I've been tussling, bustling, striving, but the difference between me and other people is that I just never gave up. And so because I was persistent and consistent in being a successful person, this is why I've become like a bigger person in the world, who will help so many lives change, because I'm not comparing myself to others. So if for whatever reason you find yourself comparing yourself to someone else, let it be for a good reason. Let it be out of admiration. Let it be like, I love the way that Sherry Hemstreet, for example, which is one of my favorite coaches, I love the way that, she does her trainings with us. I love the way how she creates these packages. I love how she's so in tune with the Most High. I just love all of this about her. So it doesn't mean that I got to compare myself and say, well, maybe I'm not as in tune as Sherry as the Most High or with the Most High, or maybe I don't know how to do packages like Sherry. So what if I don't know? How about I can ask Sherry how to do it? Or if I don't know, how about I can make that my burning desire to find out a little bit more about how she got there so that it can assist me with getting there, but not to compare myself to her in a way to where it's like, somebody is better than the other person, because we all are on our own individual unique paths. Okay, so it's not going to be the same for each and every one of us. It's just not going to be the same. All of us have to experience what we need to experience, and we need to be okay with the fact that I'm different, you're different, and every single person on this world, on this planet, is very different and has their own DNA of things that they trying to get through themselves, or things that lessons and things like that they have to learn for themselves. So with that being said, avoid comparing yourself to other people. All right, excuse me. All right, and number 4, keep your faith larger than your fears. Y'all know that is my number one thing. What do I always say? If your fear is bigger than your faith, you can almost guarantee that every single thing that you say you want to show up in your life cannot show up in your life. It can't. It's impossible. So if you're not doing what it is that you need to do, then, unfortunately, that's the way that it turns out, Hold on one second. Right, so that's the way that it turns out. So you want to make sure that your faith is larger. When you have faith, you can conquer anything. When you have faith, you understand that no matter what it looks like on the outside, everything is working for your good from the inside out. You understand what I'm saying? So make sure that you are full of faith, and remember that fear is false evidence appearing real, meaning that it only appears real to you in your mind. It hasn't even happened. It hasn't even, come up yet, but automatically you're thinking of the worst. You're thinking that nobody's going to come to my event, or nobody's going to pay $50 for this product, or nobody's going to do, what it is that nobody's going to purchase whatever it is. You understand what I'm saying? So that means that your fear is bigger than your faith. You're more worried about what's not going to happen than focusing on the how can this happen for me? How can I experience a sold out crowd at my event? What has to happen in order for me to experience this? What has to happen? Okay, so with that being said, you have to stay focused. Okay, you have to stay focused on what it is that you have faith in. That's it. You have to focus on what you have faith in. Keep your mind totally on your faith, and I promise you will shortly see that your fears will begin to fall away, and you will become a lot more aligned with what it is that you want rather than what you don't want. Number 5, don't do anything that doesn't feel right. So if you find yourself, Maybe you're surrounded by certain people who I don't know, let's just say that they want to do something that's not really in alignment with what you stand for. Do not be afraid to be your own individual. If you are experiencing something and you feel that you might be making a choice that doesn't really feel good to you, and you're just doing it just because the thought came to mind or the opportunity came to mind, you do not have to do anything that doesn't feel right. If it doesn't feel right, then most likely it's really not right for you. Perhaps at this time, that is not the path that you need to take. Whether it's, starting a new program or enrolling in a course to help you better yourself or whatever the case may be. So, if you go through this course list and you looked at it and you thought that it was going to be powerful, you thought it was going to be purposeful, but it just doesn't totally resonate with you, but you actually love the person who's doing it, then don't do it, because that particular thing may not be for you right now. Okay, so don't do anything that does not feel right. Number 6, don't be afraid to spend some time alone. Oh my Jesus, Lord have mercy. I love to be alone. I love having my me time. It's the most precious time in the world for me. It's the most precious time because I actually have an opportunity to build with myself. I actually have an opportunity to channel into what's going on with me. What fears am I holding on to? What things am I, believing that really aren't my truth? You understand? So don't be afraid to spend time alone. Some people say, oh, I always spend time alone. And that's okay. Like, it's nothing wrong with spending time alone. You need that time. Even though some people might feel they spend more time alone than they need to, just be okay with that. Because you know what happens is sometimes the Most High might be trying to get to you or get through to you in some way, and he cannot reach you, or the messages cannot reach you from your higher self because you're too busy with so many other things. You understand what I mean? So don't be afraid to spend time alone. Go out in nature. Go to the park, walk through the grass. Go feed the birds, do some things that will actually nurture your soul. Okay? So don't be afraid to spend some time alone. Number 7, speak kindly to yourself and to other people. How many times do you look in the mirror and the first thing you start doing is judging yourself? Oh, look at my forehead too big. Oh, look at my eyes, they not slanted enough. Oh, look at my nose is too big, right? Or look at this outfit, I look so fat in this outfit. And for the guys, oh man, I'm too skinny, I wish I was more built, right? All of these different things where we speak unkindly to ourselves. So let me share with you that when you speak unkindly to yourself, you are sending messages to your subconscious mind that this is what you want to see in your experience, right? So if you keep seeing yourself as this big fat person who's way overweight, who eats too much, or this person with this big nose that makes you so unattractive, how about your big nose is what makes you unique? Your big nose is what makes you different. Your circled bubbly eyes is what makes you unique. You understand what I'm saying? So speak kindly to yourself. Say, I am beautifully made just the way I am. My heart is open, and I don't have to be a beauty queen, and I don't have to be a Prince Charming and the most handsome Ken doll in the world, but I can be me, and I can be the most authentic me, the most positive and powerful me, just the way I am. So don't talk down about yourself, and definitely don't talk down about other people, because if you talk down about other people, what's going to end up happening is you're going to reap that, right? Now other people are going to be talking about you. You're going to be wondering, like, what is all this gossip stuff showing up around me, blah 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 blah, right? And then you're not even recognizing that you did the same thing. You sat and you indulged in conversations of, talking about people or whatever the case may be. Don't speak badly about them. Everybody got their own lessons. You know what I mean? If you want to be an observer of something, then by all means, be the observer. But you don't have to continuously bash somebody. People are who they are. People are growing through what they need to grow through, and that's just it. Either you want to continue to keep yourself contained in their their experience, or you create an experience of your own without them. And that's just the way that is. Number 8, please yourself before trying to please others. Please yourself before trying to please others. Sometimes we feel like we want people to like us. So because we want people to like us, we do all of these different things, even though you know that the person is not a big fan of you. What do? Well, what can I get you for lunch or something? Like as if you're trying to buy the person. Never buy friendship. Never buy relationships. You understand what I'm saying? Do not buy these things. You have to please yourself first. Meaning, how you gonna pay somebody else's bills and you about to not have a place to live? How are you going to put out all of these things for somebody else, but your own business is not in order? How is it that you're going hard for everybody but you? How is that? It is because you don't feel worthy. And that's a subconscious belief that you're not good enough, you're not worthy enough. So you feel like you're better off pleasing everyone else and making everybody else feel good about themselves. And then you look to that in order to make you feel good. But at the end of the day, it's cool. Like, yes, you can do things for people. Yes, you can, make them feel good about themselves and all of that wonderful stuff. But you can only take them but so far if you don't feel good about you. Okay. Number 9, you're going to stay away from people who drain your energy. Just stay away from them. There's no need to consistently be surrounded by people who tell you lies all the time, who always have ulterior motives, who are always complaining about everything. This not right, that's not right, this didn't go right, they didn't do this, they didn't. Look, I am not your personal dumpster, okay? Some things you're gonna have to deal with on your own, and you're gonna have to tell people that, like, listen, I am your friend. Yes, I am your mate, or yes, I am your family, or whatever the case may be. However, I'm not your personal dumpster where you just come and dump all your trash on me, and now I'm trying to go through my day. I can't even get through my day because your crap is still operating in my head because we had the conversation. So now my memories, within my mind, consistently projecting your experience to me. I don't want your experience. You need to experience what you need to experience for you. That's not me. So you have to stay away from people who drain your energy. People who are always talking negative, people who don't have any goals set, people who just look for problems, look for something to be wrong. Some people wake up and they look to be miserable. They look for things that they could be upset about. They look for things to be pissed off about. What are you pissed off about now? You understand what I'm saying? Dag, if somebody pisses you off that bad, then why even surround yourself with them? At the end of the day, guys, we have to learn to put ourselves first, okay? And we have to stay away from people who drain your energy, because your life force belongs to you. So when you're trying to create and manifest things to happen in a great way in your own life, they can't even happen because you got other people's stuff all cracked all over you. Like a toilet bowl, just full of what, that you can't even flush because it's still fresh at the top and the thing is broken. Their situation is broken, and then what? It attracts broken things into your life. So stay away from people who drain you. And number 10, ignore any opinions that don't enhance your life. So if someone comes out and they tell you that, let's say that, you find yourself interested in doing things with, let's say for example, politicians, right? You feel happy about helping the city choose the correct mayor. You feel happy about going out and spreading the good news about how this person can change the community, right? And then somebody says to you, oh, I don't know what you're dealing with all these politicians for. They're not going to help you do anything. They're not going to help you enhance your life. That's somebody else's opinion. Let's use another example. Somebody tells you, oh, you know what? You shouldn't wear your hair like that, because when you wear your hair like that, it makes you look like you have a big forehead. So what? Be completely proud of your big forehead and wear your hair the way you want to wear your hair. Nobody has to like it but you. You're not here to please everybody else. You're here to make a life and be happy for yourself, okay? So when people come along with their opinions, remember, it's just their opinions. It's not your truth. And it only becomes your truth when you buy into the opinions of someone else's that doesn't even have anything to do with you. Okay, so ignore the opinions that don't enhance your life. Look for people who have great opinions about you. I think that you're a wonderful person. Oh, I think that you help, in our community so much. Oh, I think that, you have assisted me with changing my life by writing this book, or you assisted with me with planning my event so perfectly. Everybody had a great time. You want to, be open to accept the good. But some of us are so programmed for the negative opinions that we don't even realize that we attract those negative opinions to us. You understand what I mean? So we have to be mindful, and we have to, keep ourselves in a position to where if it doesn't enhance me, if it doesn't elevate me, if it doesn't help me rise, if it doesn't help me expand, then it doesn't need to be a part of my life. All right. So I hope that this 10 steps to protect your vibe. Of course, there's always more steps that you can take to protect your vibe, but these are just, 10 that I know for a fact that if you, stick to your guns with this list, avoid gossip and drama, let go of things you can't control, avoid comparing yourself to others, don't do anything that doesn't feel right, don't be afraid to spend time alone, speak kindly to yourself and to other people, please yourself before trying to please everyone else. Stay away from people who drain your energy. Ignore the opinions that don't enhance your life. Okay? That is the recap. All right? So, mind's up, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. YouTube, Miss Takiyah Diamond. Yes. And also make sure you get a copy of my book. Visit my website at www.takiyyahdiamond.com. And if you're interested in having some coaching done, I do strategy, accountability, success plans. I help with book creation and so much more. Talk to me. Let me know what your dreams and what your desires are, and I'll be more than happy to assist you to get to where you need to be. You know what I mean? Because we all came here for a purpose, and I believe that it is truly time for you to begin living in yours. So with that being said, I want everyone to have a wonderful day. Make sure you visit the site and enjoy life, guys. Keep your minds up and don't let people drain you.